Well, my background in the music business primarily was promotion. Originally, when I first started out of Fordham University in 2000, I worked at Capitol Records in the publicity department and Elektra Records. And it wasn't until I made the switch into artist management, working for Empire Artist Management in New York City with Patrick Moxey, that I first started learning the business side of music. Originally, it was always a promotional background, but when I worked for the management company, that's when the business side started coming through. I'd have to facilitate producer agreements, split sheets, publishing splits. We'd have to get these sorted out. Also when we manage producers, working on getting a front end in for the producer, and then the back end once the job was done producing. Learned really all those business nuts and bolts from management. That's when I originally started in business, on the business side of things. And then gradually from learning the publishing game, made the transition into my own publishing company called Great South Bay Music Group, Inc. Well, so at Empire Artist Management, we did day-to-day management for Gangstar, Guru and Premier, and Beanie Man as well, and then a ton of producers like Rob Reef Tulo and a few others, and Don Corleone, dancehall artist, dancehall producer. We basically, as a management company, we started transforming into a publishing company as well. From me being out on the road, like when I was out on the road with Beanie Man, we were doing a show in Detroit for JLB. There was Beanie Man's DJ for the show was a kid called DJ Delano from Kingston, Jamaica, and also Miami. And one day before the show, during the soundtrack check, he told me he was creating beats. So he started playing me what is called the steps rhythm. And at that time, he only had, I think, like Elephant Man and Assassin on the rhythm, and he said he was going to circulate it to all the other dancehall artists. Well, eventually Sean Paul hopped on it, and the single We Be Burning was born off of that rhythm, and Delano ended up being the first songwriter that I signed to Ultra Music Publishing. So from there, with Ultra Music Publishing, with the success of Delano and that huge hit record, that was pretty much the beginning of the publishing division there. It was one of the biggest records of the year when that record came out, and that really kind of springboarded us off into start looking for songwriters to work with, to administer, and to publish. But with artist management, you end up learning a lot about the business side of the music business, of the music industry. The way you do that is you have to, as a manager, even if you're a road manager or you're a business manager, there are going to be times where you have to facilitate certain documents and deal with the legal end of it. You know, you have to deal with the artist lawyer. As me, I was not only a road manager, but I had to deal with Beanie's attorney in regards to producer agreements. Any producers that would work with Beanie Man on an album, you know, or for a record on the album, we'd have to deal with the lawyers. After about maybe 6 or 7 years working at Ultra International Music Publishing, I pretty much learned the in and outs of publishing, how to identify a songwriter who will have some publishing income out there, how to negotiate, sign them either to a co-publishing deal or an administration deal, how to then register their songs at ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC, and how to license their songs with the record labels as well to collect mechanical royalties. I also learned how to negotiate synchronization fees and synchronization licenses with music supervisors as well, dealing with our songs being in different TV shows and films. I pretty much applied that to my own model then, and that's when I created Great South Bay Music Group, Inc., which is an independent publishing company based in New York. Some of our songwriters are Tay Beast from Los Angeles, who produces for Kendrick Lamar. He produced Kendrick Lamar's Element from the Damn album, and also he produced Hood Politics from To Pimp a Butterfly. I also just signed out of Cleveland, Ohio, a kid called AJ, who is the guitar player for Machine Gun Kelly, produced a record called Habits on the last album titled Bloom. I also have a guy from Atlanta, Mr. 217, who produced a couple records with 2 Chainz. One in particular featured Lil Wayne on the Collie Grove album. It was called Blue Sea Notes. So all the knowledge and the experience that I gained working at Ultra of negotiating and closing deals and signing these writers to then wiring everything up to collect the income and get the income in, I pretty much applied to my own structure, my own business that I do. The future of Great South Bay music is limitless as, again, being independent, we're able to be flexibles with the deal we do. And I think moving forward, I'd like to see more songwriters of ours put music out commercially through our distribution deal we currently have with E1 Entertainment.